Good morning in the morning. Good morning in the morning, beautiful people. I was just looking at the camera and I was like, my hair is just off the charts here in Bali. It's just what it is. You know, at some point you just give up because it's just not Europe. Your hair can't just develop like in Europe. In Europe, it's just the heat and the water and everything. Anyways, good morning in the morning, everybody. Today I'm coming on live to talk to you about things you need to consider when you are getting on the phone to close sales. Okay. Give me a hashtag live if you're watching live. Definitely give me a hashtag replay if you're watching the replay. And I'm also giving away a free cheat sheet which helps you to prepare for your call. So preparation sales call cheat sheet. So give me a hashtag sales call in the comments below if you want to have that free cheat sheet, and I will get it to you. Okay. So yes, sales is one of my favorite activities. I love it so much. And yeah, I would like to share three things with you, three crucial things today which you should really consider if things are not working out. Hi Dicky, apa kabar? How are you there? So yeah, sales, being in sales is definitely a game of rejection. Being in sales and understanding this as well, right? So there's so many people out there who say, I don't like sales, I don't like sales calls, I hate sales calls. Yeah, you hate it because you don't close. I would also hate it if I wouldn't close, right? But the only thing to become really good at something, or better and better and better, is to just doing it and practicing it, right? There's this saying by, not the saying, but Mark Manson, the guy who wrote The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. He talks about passion a lot, and he believes, and I believe that too, he believes passion develops through practicing something and becoming really good at that. Nobody is born with a passion for something. You become good at something and then you start liking it because you're good at something, right? Makes total sense. Same thing goes for sales calls, all right? So again, sales calls is sales in general is a name, the name of the game here is rejection. You need to become very good at taking no's, and that's just part of it, right? So yeah, here three things. There's so many things to consider, but I put together the most, I think, three major things as well to really think about that in order to get better at this. So number one is confidence. And that really actually goes throughout everything you do in business and in life in general. People are attracted to confidence. People in business buy from people who are confident. Okay? If you are not confident on your sales call, how can you expect your prospect on the other end? How can you expect them to be confident? Right? So, for example, if you're not confident about the entire thing from A to Z, what you're selling, your program, the way it's set up, the amount of calls you provide, or any kind of other support system, or even the price is a big one as well. So some people doing really, really good in getting through the sales call until they drop the price, okay? Because maybe they're not confident with it. So whatever it is, what makes you feel not so confident about it, you need to figure that one out and you need to work through it, because it shines through in your sales calls, right? So for example, if you are a high ticket coach and you have a high ticket program and you're selling something high ticket or any price, it doesn't matter, right? But you haven't invested yourself on that level, that's a conflict in your mind, right? That's kind of like, oh, well, how am I supposed to sell this if I actually haven't taken that same step to invest this kind of money into myself and my business, right? So every time you then drop the price while in a conversation, you'll be like, your voice will change, the energy will change, and you'll be like trying to justify things. Like a very common mistake, what many people do is after they drop the price, they try to justify stuff. But that's just not the way to do it, and that's just how you destroy the sales call in the first place, okay? So number one, to wrap this up, for number one, you need to be very confident in everything you do. You need to be confident in your product. You need to believe in your product as well. That's why I can't sell anything what I'm I don't believe in. Like, it just is a conflict in so many levels. And yeah, so make sure you believe in your own product, hopefully, right? Otherwise, what's the point? And build up your confidence, right? Be okay with everything you offer. Be more than okay. Be super confident about it, because only that way your prospect will also be confident, okay? So that's number one, confidence. And it doesn't happen overnight, right? Obviously, you become better at that while you develop your product as well, while you're making it better and better and better over and over again, and while you become more skilled at the art of sales too, right? And the more no's you collect, the better, because that means the more yeses you can get as well. It's just a numbers game, right? It's a numbers game, and it goes up and down, and it's completely normal to get many, many no's. So don't worry, okay? Number two is control. Control is such a very important thing as well, to take control immediately from the beginning, okay? You must have a structure in your sales call. If you don't have a structure, that means you don't have control, which means there will not be any sale. If you don't take control right from the get-go, your prospect will, and that is not a good sign. You need to dictate where this call is going and how this call is going and when you're going to talk about what, okay? So you got to have your structure set up in a way that it makes sense to walk people through step by step, and in order to really identify problems and pain points and really understand the other end. So what I also advise is we're not here to be the pushy salesperson. We are more here to be the advisor, which is why you need to have the structure in place, which is why you identify all sorts of different things, which I'm not going to go into right now because that's just too much. So just let me know in the comments below. Give me a hashtag sales call if you want a free cheat sheet which gets you set up and in the right mindset to prepare for your sales call, right? Yeah, hello. And so that's it. That's that. So number one was confidence. Number two is control. Take control and lead. You are the leader of the sales call. You're going to share the structure at the beginning of the sales call. You declare how this is going to go down and you stick to that. Like, of course, if it doesn't always, and it barely does always go exactly that way, but it's important that there is like that dynamic of you are the leader and you are asking these questions which you need to ask in order to figure things out, and you are leading that ship basically, right? So there's that. And then number three, which leads me kind of like into number three, which is qualify. So important as well. We want to qualify. So I teach a two-step process, which is one, the qualifier, and two, the strategy session, right? And the qualifier is there to qualify people, like the name suggests. Who would have thought? So there's two things, right? Number one, it saves you and the prospect time. So if you figure out that in a qualifier call we're not a good fit, there's no need for a strategy session. That's simply as easy as, right? Hi, baby. I want to say hi to the people. Hi, baby. And so the qualifier does two things. A, it helps you save time. If the prospect isn't a good fit, and that's what you figure out with the qualifier call, right? There's a different structure there's two different structures. One is for the qualifier call and one is for the sales call, for the strategy call, right? They're a little bit different, but you need to have it in order to figure out if you're a good fit. So to save time, and also number two, to save a lot of headache further down the road for both ends. Meaning, don't take anyone on who's not a right fit. Okay, don't take anyone on who you cannot help if you don't have the skills to help them through that problem. Don't just convert them for the sake of, oh, I need to convert another prospect, because if you can't help them. Hey, easy. Sit down. Come on, sit and wait. Good girl. Good. What's going on right now? Because if they're not a good sit, if they're not a good fit and you convert them anyway, you'll have lots of problems further down the road if you can't help them, or if even also if they're not a good fit. That can also be sometimes if they're just really people which you really don't like, and you can tell sometimes you can tell, unfortunately not always, right? Unfortunately not always. You can tell already if they complain a lot about different things, if they blame a lot of other things, previous coaches and things like that. Do you really want to work with that person? Probably not, because you already know what you're getting yourself into. I've done that mistake. My very first client for the program I took on was a complete misfit, and I paid for that in terms of headaches and emotional distress and toxicity within the group and things like that. So you definitely want to have a qualifier call in place in order to prevent all of those things, and in order to save yourself time, because the qualifier is a shorter version of, it's like 10-15 minutes, and the strategy session can go on for like 45 minutes, sometimes 60 minutes, sometimes 90 minutes. It depends all on the flow of the conversation, right, and how everything is going. You don't want to rush this. You want to take your time, and you really want to make sure you serve with in the best way possible and things like that. And also be okay with a no. If it's a no at the end of the game, that's fine too, because remember, sales is definitely a name of the game. The name of the game, I was getting confused. The name of the game is rejection, and that's fine, and we are totally fine with that, okay? So that's it from me for this morning here from Bali with my Fipsy, the love of my life, which is probably destroying something over there. But anyway, so let me know in the comments below if you want to have that. Hi Lena, how's it going? If you want to have that cheat sheet, I will get it to you, which will help you to prepare for your upcoming sales calls. Yep, that's it for me, and see you in the next video. Cheers.